Hi guys, I hope you are well. Today I would like to make a video about how we can be sure about our spiritual path. And this question comes from one of our viewers, Muhammad. Thank you so much. I think it is a great question. Before we start, a reminder, if you enjoy the content of these videos, help to spread the good vibes by sharing them with anyone you think could benefit. These videos are for all of us, to raise us up, to give us hope, and to remind us of the essence of what we really are, which is love, compassion, and peace. This channel, and more importantly, its message, can only grow with your help. So don't forget to press like, to share, to subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notifications so you can receive other invitations for videos like this. How can we be sure about our spiritual path? Well, how can we be sure about anything in life or any path we take? But I think with spirituality, this question arises more in particular because we are dealing with things that we can't touch or see or prove scientifically. However, there are other things like love that we can't touch or see or dissect in a laboratory, and yet everyone believes in it and wants to experience it. With spirituality, perhaps a conflict arises because there are so many different kinds of faith, and some of them claim to be the only true one. Also, what we see in the world around us mostly is the very opposite to what religion or faith or spirituality claims. Be that there is a loving God that protects us equally and loves us, or from a non-dualistic point of view, that essentially we are all one and that we are all love and peace. What we see around us is war, conflict, greed, and this can be very difficult to reconcile. Many religions or spiritual paths attempt to give an explanation for this, embedding suffering into a greater context, whereby ultimately everything will resolve back into godliness, and it all is part of the process. I won't go into this in too much detail today. Suffice it to say that from what we can observe, for those who have achieved the end goal of a spiritual path, there seems to be a higher reality or truth, and there is no conflict with those apparent contradictions. In life, we devote a lot of time and attention to many things we can't be sure about. Money, it is an artificial construct, and it is only valid as long as we all agree with it. What does it mean essentially? Can you buy happiness or well-being? It can lose its value any day due to inflation or other disasters. Relationships. I think we have all experienced relationships that did not last forever, even if we were so sure they will. With the pandemic, so many things that we thought were stable and lasting have been taken away from us from one day to the next. So there are many things in the material world that we can't be sure of, and yet we devote so much time and attention to them. What sets spirituality apart from that is that it precisely claims that it will not fade and that it cannot be lost. So the question whether we can be sure about it perhaps becomes more important. It has to be absolutely true and withstand everything. So what does it mean to be sure about something? Does that mean we can prove it scientifically? Science is a human construct, just like money. It has helped us to understand so many things better. And especially with regards to medicine, it has saved so many people's lives and improved the quality of many lives. However, it has also failed in the past and claimed things to be true that weren't. So it's not infallible. And there are things that exceed material manifestation, like love or the nature of the soul, where science cannot reach. So my first advice is simply to scrutinize very closely those who have reached enlightenment or the end goal of your spiritual path. Those who are an embodiment of it, like the Pope, Jesus, the Buddha, all the living saints and masters. Those who have devoted their entire lives to this truth. Where has it led them? What lives do they live and what do they manifest? Are they sad, suffering? Are they in doubt? Do they let you down, disappoint you? Have they ever told you something that wasn't true? What do they embody? Greed for money? Dishonesty? Every enlightened being is the very manifestation of love, kindness, and peace. These are the very attributes of the truth of life that they speak about. And this brings me to my second important advice on how you can be sure about your spiritual path. How do you feel like when you engage in your spiritual practices? And what impact has it on your life? Does it make it better? Do you feel better? Do you feel happier, more truthful to who you are? Again, all these are signs that you are on the right path. This is why it is so important to experience spirituality in your own heart. It is not enough to read books and study. Books can give you ideas and inspire you. But if you want to be absolutely sure that it is true, you must verify it in your own heart. You must go and see, is that really what I experience when I do this? Can I verify this truth in my own heart? The very definition of truth is that it is incontestable. It is not an opinion. It is not bound to time. Can you verify these attributes? Is it true all of the time? Even when life gets challenging, can you find a way back to this truth? Does it still stand at the core of your heart? Is it independent from the people who speak it? Is it alive and true in your own life, out of your own self? Even when you are not with that person, when all the books or scriptures are burned, does it still stand tall? The other important indicator of truth is that it cannot be taught or learned, because you are an intrinsic part of it. Truth is all there is. And so a spiritual master can only point you to or remind you of something that you already know deep inside your heart. So when you hear truth, it will never feel like something new, something you need to learn or to study. On the contrary, it will feel like something very familiar and very intimate. In fact, the most intimate of all things, the truth of who you really are. From day one, I heard about Jesus. I knew in my heart that this was the highest truth. There was not the shadow of a doubt about it. And when I delved into other forms of this truth, I felt the same way. Reading books about enlightenment and self-inquiry, and when I finally met my spiritual master, I saw in front of you manifest what I had been yearning for all my life, and what I knew was true in my heart. It just had been covered up by the apparent greed and corruption of this world. If you feel the same way about the spiritual path that you are walking on, then you are on the right track. I would love to hear about your experiences with how you can be sure about your spiritual path. Or if you have other questions or doubts, let me know in the comment box below. Today, I would like to offer a short meditation for us to confirm this truth, no matter what spiritual path, the truth of the divine essence that we all are. Sit comfortably with your spine erect, lifting the chest and the crown of the head towards the sky. Relax your shoulders away from your ears and down your spine. Close your eyes. Notice the subtle flow of your breath that occurs automatically without any aid. The same tidal breath that feeds all of life. Follow it for a few rounds, moving down into the chest and lungs, into the belly, lifting and rising, and then up from the chest and then the belly as it falls and the breath moves out through your nose. Can you feel its subtle current? Perhaps even hear its flow. It is so subtle and imperceptible throughout most of the day, but it is also what you are. So subtle and profound at the core at the same time. Feel into the stillness that is inside of you. What is its quality? Is there peace, relaxation, deepen your breath slightly. With your exhale, can you soften your feet and legs? With your out-breath, can you release of tensions in the abdomen? Can you soften your chest, your shoulders? Feel your breath moving down your arms, wrists, and hands into your fingertips. With your exhale, let all the tensions and tightness flow out through your fingertips. Let it soften your neck and throat, the back of the head, the crown of the head, and the face. With your out-breath, soften the forehead, the temples, the nose, the cheeks, and the jaw. Let your jaw relax completely as all the tensions melt away. Again, feel into the stillness that is inside of you. What is its quality? Who are you in the absence of struggle? When all the storms have settled and you take this time to look inside, to see what is there at the very core. When all the noise and the distractions have ceased. When you only listen to your own voice at the depth of your being. What does it say? Who are you here? Are you not the absence of struggle? Radiant peace, love? What prevents you from being who you are? Can anyone or anything prevent you? Can it be harmed or destroyed in any way? How do you feel here? Inside the depth of your heart. Renew your commitment to all that what makes you feel truly well. What makes you connect more deeply with the truth of who you really are. And to experience that truth all of the time. It can never cease. It is who you are always. And you can always find it when you turn your attention deep inside. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to press like, to share, to subscribe to my channel and press the bell notifications. May your life continue to be filled with truth, love and joy. Namaste.